You know, sometimes you want to know about a city, what it's like to live in that city, and you can only get so much from, green screen videos or, neighborhood walkthroughs. So I'm gonna give you my driving tour of what it's like to live and be in Gilbert, Arizona. If it's your first time here, welcome back to the channel. It's Rich, Brecklin, eXp Realty, and Arizona Life. Buckle up, cause we're going for a ride. All right, to kick it off, we are currently on Germain heading to Gilbert, and we'll be heading north onto Gilbert. The really great thing about Gilbert and this area is the way it is set up. So it's set up in a grid system, so it really makes it easy to learn the area, learn where you're going. Keep an eye out for people doing U-turns, because that is super common and people are awful drivers here. But this road it's heavily used because you can jump on the 202 right here. So many shops are off this road. But it's a road that I travel, daily. It is annoying when I'm heading home, 4:30, because so many other people are doing the same. But all your, not all, but a lot of your major businesses, your chain, like I said, Target, Ross, your chain places can be found off of Gilbert Road. But it's nice, you can jump on 202 East or West, which is a nice addition, because before the 202 was put in, traffic was a nightmare. And one thing I love about when I'm driving, not just in Gilbert, but a lot of the places in the valley, is the scenery. So most spots you can have views of the mountains. It's awesome having the palm trees around. It isn't what you would think. Again, I say that quite a bit, of your those preconceived notions of what it's like to live in Arizona. I never thought there'd be this many palm trees around, living in the Phoenix metro area. And Pecos is another popular intersection. I don't say popular, but take that up, and that's where we can get into Power Ranch, where I've done some other videos on. But Pecos and Germain, you can both get up there. And just, again, when you start understanding how this is built like a grid, it really helps when you make the transition to living here that much easier of locating. So I knew that was our worry. I went from living in an area where you could show me a picture of a house, I could almost tell you the address of the house. Again, being 13 years police officer in that town, you start to, it's just a weird skill you pick up. So it was a little frustrating at first, not understanding all that, but once I understood the grid system, understood some major arteries, major roadways, it became that much easier to get our way, or figure our way around. But most people these days, like their phones become their GPS. Almost every new car right now has the GPS system in it. So, if you get lost, just relax. Now we're gonna head on to Williamsfield, heading east. And this is one of our popular or more favorite shopping areas, really for the restaurants. So I'm gonna drive by to show you guys that. But when people say, you can't find good food here, I don't know what they're talking about, because there's a lot of good food. Now, believe it or not though, I found some good Mexican restaurants, but I have not found any that are stand out. Barrio Queen and Joyride I like their stuff, and I would say those are my top two. But I haven't found any particular like upscale, just not your run-of-the-mill Mexican restaurants. So I'm still on the hunt. So if someone can point me in that direction and you're aware of it and I'm not, please let me know. We do have some good pizza places. Now I know from my Chicago friends, they said there's not good pizza here, but we do have a Lou Malnati's. You know, they're in the Phoenix Metro, but we have a new one opening up in Gilbert. You know, I like Lou's, I like deep dish. I pretty much like all pizza, but Sal's Pizza in Gilbert is so far become our go-to, our top dog when it comes to pizza in Gilbert. Well, now I see we're past a bus. The transit system here, like public transit, you know, it's lacking compared to a lot of the other, you know, major cities. For example, Chicago. You have so many different options. Here, you know, you have the bus, and I mean, they do have the light rail, but it's not something where this is not something I would rely on. So you do need a car here, or you know, you're gonna be frequenting Uber a lot. You're not gonna be walking from where you live to downtown unless you live right next to downtown. But yeah, the public transit system is one thing that always gets a negative mark for Gilbert, but I don't know, it's nothing, it didn't matter to me. I've never been a public transit user, so except when I was in college and we took the drunk bus, but that's pretty much it. Awesome sports bar off the left called Blue 32, and another good barbecue place called Waldo. A really great spot. Blue 32's got a really good menu and just a really cool atmosphere. Now, a lot of the neighborhoods you'll notice are ranch. You know, you have Power Ranch, Gilbert Ranch, there's Jake's Ranch, Allen Ranch. There's so many. I don't know, you know, I don't see any ranches there, but it's kind of the history of Gilbert, you know, with being the hay capital of the world. But just kind of when we first came here, it's something interesting. Like, oh, I did not understand there's so many ranches here in Gilbert. And as we're turning into Santan Village, you know, a larger shopping center, restaurants. You have, again, some different chain places, but some of our favorite restaurants are here. And that was a close one. But yeah, some of our favorite restaurants are here, from, you know, sushi at Blue Wasabi, Bourbon and Bones. There's a good Italian place I like to go to, Brio. There's something for everyone here. So we are turning into Santan Village shopping area. Again, you can see here on the left, Blue Wasabi, one of my favorite restaurants. Okay, this person's paying attention. And then you have Bourbon and Bones. That place is really good. I've only been there just a few times. You know, definitely not your cheapest place, but the food is fantastic. There's French Bakery and Cafe, another really great spot. But yeah, there's really some cool places here, and you know, depending on what it is you're looking for, you should be able to find it. And especially now the weather here, you know, as I shoot this in November, it's super comfortable, but you'll find a lot more people dining outdoors. As you can see right now, as I shoot this, it is just before noon on what's today? Wednesday? And it's pretty busy. So if you're coming down here for dinner during peak hours, it is going to be busy. So I would suggest not necessarily trying to park in here. I would park out in the larger lot and just walk in. You know, sometimes you may get lucky, but that's what I would recommend, so you're not frustrated and, you know, circling the lot forever. But it's really cool down here. It's cool during Christmas time when, you know, it's all decorated, all, you know, festive. And it's also nice that it's not 30 degrees because you're in Arizona. All right, let's head to downtown Gilbert next. So you can see up here on the left as we cross Santan Village, there's still space to be developed. There's still, you know, even though Gilbert has grown so much, there is still a spot for commercial. I don't think that would be residential. If anything, it might be apartment down the road, or just more shopping, or, you know, I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. But there are still some areas that, you know, are not yet developed in Gilbert. And here we have, you know, apartments and townhomes, condos on the left and the right. So nice little area here on Coronado. Now, a lot of the speed limits on these, you know, through streets are all around 45. So that's nice. It does, you know, it does get busy. So sometimes, you know, having to go across traffic is a pain, or get inside traffic. So I try and look for, you know, traffic lights when I need to. But at this time of day, I'm lucky enough where it's not packed both ways. But, you know, with so many people that have came here, that have called Gilbert home, and the growth of Gilbert, it is nice that a lot of them are 3 lanes. But pay attention, and you'll you know, learn this on your own. But as you see, this goes from 3 to 2, and that's pretty common. So it took a little while, you know, to understand, you know, which lanes change from, you know, 3 to 2, where they change from, where they pick up again. Just so you don't have to worry about, you know, merging over the last minute. Now, Arizona has a few barbecue restaurants, you know, Joe's Barbecue, Caldwell, the one I mentioned earlier, and we're coming up on Arizona Barbecue. And a friend of mine, he only liked, I think, Caldwell's here. However, I think Joe's and Caldwell's in Arizona are my top 3 barbecue places, and each one is a little different depending on what it is you're looking for. I feel like Caldwell is more that original classic down south, you know, smoke it all day, and it's a really good flavor. Joe's Barbecue in downtown Gilbert, their sides are amazing. But I love the sauce that they use at Arizona Barbecue here. It's awesome. So Arizona Barbecue Company. However, if you're looking for takeout, definitely call ahead unless you're not in a hurry. But I made the mistake of walking in. I was on my way to an appointment, walked in, ordered, and thought I'd be ready right away. And it's not their fault. I mean, it's on me. But I definitely I had to wait about 30 minutes. So it was well worth the wait. I think I got a brisket sandwich, but just something to keep in mind. And there's another ranch, Ashland Ranch, speaking of ranches. And then off to the right, that's the Western Skies community. Again, some beautiful homes over there. You know, there's not a neighborhood or community in Gilbert that I do not like. Each one is a little bit different. Some are a little newer, some a little older, but Gilbert as a whole, I wouldn't say it's, you know, necessarily an old community. You know, it's typically newer than Chandler. However, you know, it's it just exploded in growth, and Queen Creek will probably be doing the same. The way that city is growing, it's blown up. It went from 2,500 to now it's over 50,000 people. In Gilbert, they were at 1990, they were at 30,000 people, and now they're over 250. And experts say fully built out, Gilbert will be over 300, probably around 330,000 people. So there's still room for everyone. Well, not everyone. There's still room for some of you to come here and call Gilbert home. But don't be the last one. So now we are on Gilbert Road, heading north and headed toward downtown. Again, you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the video, sometimes these things don't show up, but you can see the mountains straight ahead. And you know, that's an awesome view when you're heading into downtown. One of my offices is downtown Gilbert, so it's more just a private workspace for myself. But it's awesome to drive in, especially when I'm going early in the morning, seeing that. It's beautiful when you're living here. It really makes it feel like you're in that full-time vacation. And coming up on one of the train crossings where we live, yeah, you can hear the train early in the morning. It's not super common you get stopped here, but it happens. Now we just passed one of the gated communities, and that's something that's pretty common out here, are the gated communities. So if you're looking to move into a neighborhood and a gated community is something that matters to you, that's important to you, you want that, you know, just for that safety and that privacy feeling, you know, then, you know, Gilbert is a good spot for that. And not just Gilbert, we have, you know, a lot of the places here are gated. So yeah, let me know if that's something specific you want to see in your home search when it comes time for you to make Arizona home. Now earlier, I think I said I was on Gilbert. I'm not sure if I said Gilbert or not. However, I am not on Gilbert. We are on Lindsay. So my apologies if I did say that. I don't remember if I said that or not, but we're not on Gilbert. We are on Lindsay. So that is just a few blocks east of Gilbert. One thing we really love, and I know I mentioned this quite a bit, there are so many parks in Gilbert, and they're all free. So you have, you know, the Gilbert Regional, Freestone, Discovery Park, the Riparian Preserve, which is a really cool place where, you know, they have like the reclaimed water and there's fish and, you know, over 200 species of birds and trails. It's a really cool spot. I love going there. The kids like going there. I think the first time we went there, it was like 115 degrees. That was not as enjoyable, but it's still pretty cool to find right here in Arizona. And in the parks, a lot of them offer, you know, something different. Some have splash pads, you know, baseball fields, soccer fields, basketball courts, that kind of thing. But a lot of them have, you know, a body of water of some kind. But yeah, really cool spot if you're into parks and if you have kids like us. Yeah, we love it, and that's just, you know, the kids love it. They don't get bored, and there's enough variety, different things, even for our youngest. So our kids are 7 and 3. You know, and they usually have some different sections where it kind of caters to the smaller kids and then also the larger ones. So it's a pretty cool spot. And now we're heading into downtown Gilbert, the Heritage District. So I'll be coming up here in a little bit, but this is one of our favorite parts of Gilbert. It's cool, it's walkable, it's inviting. There are tons of different restaurants. You know, we're not, we don't really get time to go to bars, but a lot of the different restaurants it's just, again, you have, you know, Whiskey Row, Culinary Dropout, Barrio Queen Joyride, like I mentioned earlier, Sushi Brokers. There's a lot of variety of places when it comes, and I love working down here. Sometimes the distractions are not as good as or as beneficial, but you know, it's a good trade-off. And then if you're ever down here, you'll see on some of the walls the murals. So I can't remember how many there are. I think there's over 20 different murals painted on the walls and of different buildings. So it's pretty cool. Like Oso Brewery has one, another one, the Art House has one. So yeah, when you're downtown Gilbert, a lot of people will definitely try and find one of those murals, take a pic of it for the gram, and I'll put it on their social media. But it's another cool feature of living in Gilbert. But yeah, and this place gets packed. So again, this is a midweek noon, and it's busy right now. Now on Friday, starting around 3 o'clock, more and more people start trickling in. Now, we're just coming out of some of the newer parts, I guess you can call it newer, but this is, you know, the older, this is what it used to look like in downtown Gilbert. A lot of the older buildings, and then they added on, and that's what we have back there. And as I mentioned, the murals just a little bit ago, you know, here's one right here. You're right where you are supposed to be. So we're gonna head back downtown Gilbert, heading from the opposite way we just came, just so you can see a little bit more things just from the other side, in case you missed something. And again, here is Joe's Barbecue, really good spot. Liberty Market on the left is awesome. Postino is really good. There isn't a place down here I don't like. Snooze for breakfast is really good. Oregano's, it's kind of like a chain spot, but we like going there because something, you know, they have that the kids will eat. The kids also like Zimburger. I don't think they eat any food, but their milkshakes are top notch. And then Oso Brewery for your hipsters that like to bring your dogs everywhere. They are welcomed. So you will always, now I say always, but you will frequently find folks with their dogs. I am not one who brings my dog everywhere because he is not nice and that would not go well. But yeah, downtown Gilbert, there's a lot of parking. So if you keep going straight, there's a lot to your left. If you would have kept going north, there's a huge lot there, gravel lot, and you have parking back here. And then where we're going, there's a parking garage also. So yeah, it does get busy down here, but we've never had an issue finding parking down here in the Heritage District. So I hope you're not car sick after that little driving tour of Gilbert, but I love Gilbert. There's so much more to offer, and you really need to experience it for yourself. Let me experience it for you. If you have any questions on Gilbert, on moving to Arizona, on what it's like to make Arizona your life, please reach out. My contact information is below. This is Rich Brecklin, eXp Realty, Arizona Life.